My name is Shannon. Thank you so much for joining me today for this yoga practice where we'll be focusing on deep hip stretches. So I am a physical therapist and I've seen a lot of people get injured by not warming up properly. So we will be doing some gentle movements before we go into the stretches. And I'm also going to be using 2 blocks. Now you do not have to have blocks. You can do this practice without blocks, but this is just going to give us a little bit more options and a little bit more support in some of the poses. So today we're going to get started on our backs and we're going to go into a reclined butterfly, but with the blocks, if you have your blocks under your knees, just to give us a little bit of support as we pause here to arrive in our practice. So maybe place one hand on your stomach and one on your chest. And take a few breaths. Just noticing how you're feeling today. Now let's take one full deep grounding breath. So breathing in through your nose, sending your breath deep to your belly and filling your chest. And soft sigh out. Now we'll bring our knees up, placing our feet flat, and find our blocks, bringing one to the side and taking the other block straight overhead. So our feet are hip width distance apart. We're going to do some windshield wipers, so letting our knees fall one way and our arms fall the other. Just getting this gentle twist, this gentle rotation in our hips. And then we'll pause with our arms overhead. Let's bring our feet closer together and we'll let our knees fall out as our arms fall overhead. And then back, following our breath, inhaling as our knees fall out, exhaling as our arms and legs come together. Now the next time your knees fall out, let's pause, hovering your arms over the mat, feeling the stretch in your legs. And then we'll bring our knees up, placing the block under our bottom and finding your other block. We're going to do a few bridges, so bending your knees enough where they're not too far out so we can focus on getting some strengthening in our glute muscles. So we're going to inhale, lifting our bottom as we raise that block overhead, exhaling down. Two more. This last one, let's hold, pause, and breathe. And release our bottom down. Let's place the block we were holding on the side. We're going to bring our right knee up. So we're gently pulling our leg towards us and straightening our left leg with our toes falling out. So we're getting this stretch in our hips and breathing. And gently release. Let's bring our left leg up, and you can adjust the block under your bottom if it's slipped at all. Mine was slipping a little. So clasp your left shin, gently pulling your knee up and out as you straighten your right leg, letting your toes fall out and breathing. And slowly release. Let's remove the bottom block. We're going to take our time turning to come on all fours. So we're going to be in tabletop position with the blocks under our hands. And let's do a few one-legged cat-cows. So lifting our right leg up and rounding it in. So as we bring it in, we're exhaling, pulling that knee close. Again, warming up these hips. And then next time your leg comes back, let's place the ball of our foot on the mat, pressing our heel back, dropping our head, getting a stretch in our calf. And then we're going to lift that leg, keeping it straight, tapping our toes to the right and the left of the mat. And then we'll slowly guide that foot up to the outside of the block. We're going to turn the blocks on the higher level and have our right toes pointing out. As we sink our left hip, bringing our chest forward, you can let your right knee fall out, bending your elbows, feeling this juicy stretch in our hips and breathing. And release that right knee back up. Let's raise the block in our right hand, looking up. Once again, maybe sinking a little lower with your hips. Now let's lower that block down on the outside of our leg. So we're doing a half split, turning a little bit to the right. So the blocks are just supporting your hands as you bend your elbows and round down. Feel like you're pulling your toes towards you, so your foot is flexed. You're feeling the stretch in the back of your leg. I'm feeling it more in my right behind my knee. And gently release. We're going to heel toe our foot to the left so we can drop our knee. So your knee can be at 90 degrees, or it can be bent a little bit more. We're going to place the blocks down and move a little bit right and left. And then bring the blocks a little closer and press through our hands as we gently look up on an inhale. And then very slowly fold down into sleeping pigeon. You can move the blocks to the side. We're going to pause here and breathe. And if you feel like your left hip is coming up off the mat a lot, you can gently push your right arm down into the mat. This will isolate this stretch a little more in the right side. And slowly release. We're going to take the block that's on the left and place our right hand on the block, bending our left knee, reaching back. You can grab your leg or your foot, looking back. So we're getting this stretch in our quad muscle, which crosses our hip joint. It's also a hip flexor. So breathing here. Slowly release. Let's take our time coming back into tabletop pose with our hands on the blocks. And we're going to start those cat-cows on the left side. Maybe find a little movement first. Then we'll inhale that left leg up exhale, rounding it in. Next time it comes in, pause and hold. And then place that ball of your foot on the mat behind you, dropping your head, pressing your heel back. And we'll start our little semicircles, tapping our toes right and left on the mat. Warming up all these little muscles in our glute and our hips. And then we'll slowly bring that leg to the outside of the left block, turning the blocks on the higher level. You can bring your left foot out a little, turning your toes out, and gently sinking down, chest coming forward, bending your elbows. You can let your left knee fall out. Deep, juicy hip stretch here. And slowly release. Let's walk that foot in just a little bit as we reach our left arm up, maybe looking up. And gently release the block down. Let's heel toe our foot to the right, so you can drop your knee and find a little bit of movement here, side to side. Deciding how much you'd like to bend your left knee. And we'll bring our blocks a little bit closer, gently pressing into our blocks, looking up. And then slowly folding forward into our sleeping pigeon. Blocks are to the side. And if you feel like that right hip is coming up, you can gently push your left elbow down into the mat, relaxing your face and your jaw. And very slowly release up. Let's find that block that's on the right, placing our left hand on the block, reaching back for our right foot or leg, gently pulling our foot towards us as we look back. Breathing. And very slowly release. We're going to take our time coming on our stomach. So coming all the way down with our forehead on the mat and our hands near our shoulders. We're going to do 5 cobras. So bringing our elbows in, pressing the toenails against the mat. Let's rise up on an inhale and exhale down. So we're using our back muscles, which connect to our pelvis, which connect to our hip. Everything is related here. Everything is connected. Last one. And release down. Now let's bend both of our knees, grabbing the outside of our feet, walking our heels together. Gently pressing our feet into our hands. You can stay like this or you can lift up into a bow. This bow pose is stretching our hip flexors. Keep pressing your feet against your hands. And very slowly release. Let's press back into a child's pose with our knees together and our hands near our legs, elbows are bent. Let's take a few breaths here, softening down, noticing our heart beating. And gently press up. Let's come on our bottoms. We're going to have our legs in front of us, finding our blocks. So let's flex our feet and kind of walk so you feel your sit bones on the mat. So we're going to sit up nice and straight, elbows are in, flexing our feet, and lift one leg at a time. Doesn't have to lift very high off the mat. Doing a few little things to strengthen our hip flexors. One more each leg. Now we're going to walk the blocks forward, relaxing our feet and gently folding down. I like to place my fingers on the outside of the blocks. It's like they're giving me a little bit of leverage to gently pull myself down. And slowly release back up. Let's take our time coming all the way down on our backs. You can move your blocks to the side. We're going to straighten our left leg, and you can hold your leg, your right leg, with your hands, or you can grab your big toe. We're going to reach that leg up, getting this hamstring stretch. And then gently open your leg to the right. So if you're using your big toe, your fingers can sort of pull your leg up. You can also be using your arms on your leg. And then we'll very slowly bring our leg up. Releasing our big toe, we're going to have our left hand ready for our leg to fall on our hand, guiding our leg to the left, coming into this twist. And you can use your hand on your calf to gently pull your leg a little higher. You'll feel this stretch on the outside of your hip. And breathe. And gently release. Let's do that on the other side. First, shake out your legs a little bit. So either grabbing your calf, pulling your leg towards you, which feels really nice, or if you'd like, you can try grabbing your toe, gently pulling your leg towards you. And then we'll slowly guide that leg to the left. Relaxing your legs, your face. Now very slowly, let's bring that leg over to the right. Right hand is ready to find the leg somewhere on the leg. You can open up your left arm. And maybe you use your right hand to gently guide your leg up and down. And very slowly release. We're going to end class with either being in Shavasana, or you can place your feet together with your knees falling out. relaxing your mind and your body. Now gently start to move your fingers and your toes. If you're in this reclined butterfly, you can help your knees up and gently turn on your side, making your way up into an easy seated pose. Let's place our thumb and our index finger together in Chin Mudra with the back of our hands on our knees, sitting up nice and straight, shutting your eyes, noticing your breath. Let's take a final deep breath in. Deep breath in through your nose. Gentle release. Let's bring our hands together with our thumbs at our third eye, bowing our heads, giving ourselves gratitude for showing up today to practice and come home to ourselves. The light in me honors the light in you, and together here now and always, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope your hips are feeling supple, and I hope to practice with you again soon. Have a beautiful day.